My name is Maria Cia, and welcome to my Persuasive Speech this evening. Thank you, my kind audience. Today I'm going to be talking about anti-bullying. And I want to begin by giving an example that I remember years ago when my nephew was in middle school, that he told me that he was afraid to go to the restroom. And when I asked him why was he afraid to go to the restroom, he told me that because boys would hide in there and would like smack other boys as they would come in the restroom or do harmful things to them, so he rather avoid and not go to the restroom. And I remember that this upset me because I thought, how can a kid not be able to go to the bathroom in a school, in a full school day? That's like 8 hours that they're there. And I've heard so many reports of teen suicides or just kids being afraid of going to school. And as a volunteer student leader and as a parent, I've even heard stories from my own kids about people in school that come and bully other kids or try to instigate fights with them or threaten them by steal their electronics and things, for example. And bullying is one of those social issues that exists, but who really is doing anything about it? Like, we know that it exists, but are we doing something to stop it? And some people might think, oh, it's just child play, kids roughing around, or, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, But they don't realize the true lasting effects of bullying. And that's what we're going to examine today. We're going to examine what bullying is, how it affects people, and what we can do to combat it. Let's begin by defining bullying. StopBullying.gov is a website that says bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves real or perceived power imbalance. Behavior is repeated or it can be repeated over a period of time. And so we understand a little bit. Power imbalance is kids using their own physical strength or their own popularity or having embarrassing information that they try to use to hurt or control someone. So we see that this could be a very serious thing. And according also to stopbullying.gov, there are different types of bullying. For example, there's verbal bullying, of course with our words, social bullying, and physical bullying, which, pushing. I even read that some kids were spit on. Like, that just seems like unreal. But nowadays, we even have something called cyberbullying. And according to PacerTeensAgainstBullying.org, cyberbullying is when someone uses technology to send mean, threatening, or embarrassing messages to or about another person. And we can see that maybe kids can avoid bullying at school. But how do you avoid cyberbullying? How do you avoid social media? But regardless, bullying has lasting effects. And we're going to see that, for example, mastersinpsychologyguide.com talks about the psychological effects that a victim of bullying has and that the person who does the bullying has as well. It says that a victim of bullying can have effects that affect them through adulthood. They have depression, anxiety, they have trouble maintaining relationships. And even the person that is doing the bullying also can have trouble as an adult holding a job, also holding relationships, and can have suicidal thoughts or tendencies. And for example, this kind of bullying, we think, oh, we hear about it here and there, but it's here in our own backyard. There was a girl that was interviewed by the sunsentinel.com right here in Wellington, Florida. And she was a senior, a high school senior when they interviewed her. And she said that she had suicidal thoughts because since 7th grade, there was a girl that was sending her text messages threatening her. And because of that girl, the effect that bullying had, she was having suicidal thoughts. She even had anorexia, bulimia, and she struggled with cutting herself. And this other story really impacted me because it's so recent and so tragic. There was a 12-year-old girl in New Jersey, and this was in CBS New York. 12-year-old girl in New Jersey who last June, just a year ago, ended her life because 4 classmates were bullying her. And one of the classmates even asked her publicly, when are you going to kill yourself? And unfortunately, that is what happened. And another story, the sunsentinel.com also talks about 2 13-year-old boys in February that told police that they were suicidal, that they were struggling because they were being bullied. And so one day they brought to school a gun, a knife, a mask, and thank God the police caught them. But we can see that bullying not only affects the people that are being bullied, but it also can affect innocent people. Because if these teen boys would have acted out of anger or out of hurt, someone in that school could have been shot or killed, innocent people. So we see that it affects. And it's so sad that our students, and when I say our students, I mean these are our children, our neighbors, our nephews, our cousins, our friends, can experience or be exposed to bullying in whatever shape or form. And students should not be afraid to go to school. How can we combat bullying? Let's see, some of the things that we can do is to educate ourselves and to educate our students. Maybe remind our students the power of their words, their power of their actions, and maybe offer some counseling for the students that are being bullied to help them come to healing and restoration. And also for those that are bullying, because as we know, they can have some kind of maybe psychological thing, something serious could be happening, causing them to behave in this way. So we can help build self-esteem to every student. Another thing that we can do is to encourage students to be kind. And this may seem kind of elementary, but it is a truth that we should enforce the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's found even in the Bible in Luke 6:31. But we should follow this rule, teach students to be kinder, more compassionate, more caring. And we can do this by leading by example. As adults, as parents, as teachers, that we can bring a smile to someone, speak with an encouraging word to someone, that when we bump someone in the hallway by accident, we don't give them a dirty look and ready to bring it on, but we can say, oh, excuse me, or oh, I'm sorry, and teach students how to react in different situations. So now that we brought these ideas to light, let's recap. In conclusion, helping define bullying can help us to understand better what it is and to look for signs, because it might be closer to our homes than we realize, to look for signs if someone is being bullied or someone is behaving like a bully. And it will help us also, as we understand that, help us to motivate us to make a difference, to help out anybody in that situation. Because you know what? You and I can make the difference. You and I can save lives. We can change lives for the better. We can help students become better adults, become better people, and help our society in general to be so that nobody feels so alone, that they're going through this situation alone. We can be there for people, for other people. And thank God that my nephew was never harmed in any physical way. But I would like to be a part of making sure that students don't feel afraid to go to school, and that if a student has to go to the restroom, he or she can freely go without being afraid someone is going to hurt them. Thank you for your time.